Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's good to have you, Mr. Secretary. We're very proud of you, but we do miss having you around very much. I want to follow up a little bit about some of the path that Senator Moran was going down about food aid. In the process of reworking the programs, could you speak to how the State Department is coordinating with other agencies like USDA regarding setting up a new foreign assistance framework? And can you also speak, I know you've been very, very supportive of the American farmer, as is the President, how that this can enhance American farmers markets?
Well, first of all, I think this committee probably understands it, but others perhaps don't fully appreciate. We actually do foreign aid across multiple other agencies as well. So USAID does some, HHS does some, so there are other agencies that do. So that's a process we intend to look at and see if there's some duplication there that we can avoid and perhaps increase our efficiency in regards to delivering services. In the case of food aid in particular, with Secretary Rollins, we've been in touch with her team, and obviously we've done a lot of reform and a lot of change over the last few months. So this is one that is a little further behind, but I think the intent is to find a way that we can leverage what USAID is already doing, USDA is already doing, to enhance how we provide food assistance around the world in a way that benefits the American farmer, but also fulfills our desire to provide assistance around the world where needed and where it furthers our national interest.
Good, very good. Let me talk to you a little bit about the Fulbright program. And the Fulbright alumni, 44 Fulbright alumni have served as heads of state and government. 89 foreign governments contribute over $90 million annually. I know in my travels, and you're traveling so extensively now and have been for many, many years, it seems like every time that you're in a foreign country and you're visiting with the cabinet members, half of them are Fulbright scholars, and they're very, very proud of it. 49 governments match or exceed the U.S. government's annual contribution. I guess the question is, would you be willing to work with us to find a solution that strengthens the program and yet fits into today's challenges, which are different than they have been in the past? But the opportunity for the leadership of these other countries across the ranks to have them such that they're very, very familiar with the United States in that way, I think is really invaluable.
Well, and I think that's most certainly going to be a part of our process. As you know, we're at the beginning of this appropriations process going into the new year. We have a submission we've made to you, a preliminary submission. Obviously, I served here long enough to know that you'll have your own set of ideas about what the priorities should be and what we should be looking to do, and we understand that, and we'll work very closely with you on those priorities, because in the end, we'll tell you what we need in order to run our agency, and then you'll tell us what we need as well. That's the way it worked in the 15 years I was here, 16. I imagine that's the way it'll continue to work. I do think ultimately what we want to do is share the same goal. And we owe you that document as a starting point. And I wanted to interlace it with the org chart. Again, I know some people don't want to talk about reorganization, but I do think they're intertwined and they're deeply important. Not that they don't want to talk about it, but they want to separate one from the other. But look, we're going to be engaged with you in this appropriations process, because I think it's beneficial to us, but also because we have to, because ultimately you will write that. And I think the department will be stronger if you can pass an appropriations bill and get it through the other house and have it signed by the president. We want you to be able to pass an appropriations bill.
Yeah, very much. One of the things in traveling, you're there, you get the in-country team briefing and stuff, and you just wonder, what the State Department's doing to further U.S. economic interest, including advocating for U.S. businesses abroad. Can you tell us kind of what your ideas are in that regard?
Well, it's a mission that we have in this reorganization. The economics team will really focus on it, but it is a mission we have to try to connect American companies to business opportunities abroad. And in many of the countries around the world that you go to, particularly those that are developing, maybe not underdeveloped, but developing countries, they seek American expertise. Where we have seen barriers to entry in some countries are manifest in one of two ways. The first is, frankly, there are a lot of countries that are open to American investment, but they don't have strong rule of law. By that I mean, you can sign a contract with them, but if a month later someone else's cousin gets elected judge or mayor, someone will come knocking on your door and saying, this business no longer belongs to you, it belongs to us. So there's that sense. In some cases, it's security. They just feel that there's not enough security in the country for them to make long-term investments. And in other cases, frankly, there are things, we have competitors that bribe foreign officials. We lose business opportunities because someone shows up with a bag of cash, and that's unlawful and illegal for an American business to do. That said, we are constantly looking for opportunities where American expertise can provide resources. One of the areas you're seeing a lot of that now is in the mining of rare earth minerals, where multiple countries are lining up to invite American companies to come in and do that sort of mining in an ecologically responsible way, not in a destructive way to their natural environment. We think that's a huge opportunity as well for the U.S. And again, we want that going back, as it's a broken record, but these are the kinds of opportunities that are driven from the local level up. When you get these cables saying the local government or local economy is looking for greater U.S. investment in this sector, it allows us to partner with companies here that are looking for expansion abroad and hopefully create those opportunities for them.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Shaheen.